right. Ooh. VSC, VSC, VSC. Oh.
Good morning, and welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
I threw her off because I just realized our microphone is like nowhere near where it should be. Sorry, guys. I woke up at 2, 4, and 6 this morning. So hi. I'm a little tired. Welcome to the VSC.
Sun Dragon Sideshow Edition.
That was backwards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like, why isn't she saying? Oh, because I didn't do it right. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The VSC edition.
See, that's better, right? Okay. Everything's off this morning. I left my keys in the ignition while I went into the post office today. I didn't realize it. Is that kind of day. So yeah. It's gonna be fun. So I gotta get this out for later. I'm making a hat like this with colors from the shop, so different than this, so you all can see how awesome it is and how you'll want to make one too. But that's not what we're talking about today. So.
No, yesterday Rebecca and I. Oh, we should do introductions.
I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in sunny but very, very cold. Well, chilly. It could be colder. I don't want to bring the weather demons against us for saying it's cold. That means it's cold. I wore the socks I knit. Look at that. Ta-da! Gotta put that down now.
I'm not going to show everybody, but
she's wearing the socks that she knit, but she's not going to lift her leg up like that. Did you introduce?
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
Yeah. There. Here.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All morning we were like, what are we doing on the VSC day? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What?
Well, yesterday we had a slow moment, and it was, what am I going to make for my family?
Yeah, as business died down for the day, I started thinking about Christmas presents.
And so
wait,
this morning, the only thing I could think of was, hey,
quick presents.
Quick presents, because Bernie informed me this morning, he goes, Thanksgiving's like a week away. And I went, what? It's still March. And
hey, Brian said that like Christmas is a month from next week, and I almost slapped it.
Yeah. So Christmas is coming. And I thought, why not put out some stuff that makes quick Christmas presents? What Rebecca's looking for one more thing. So because socks can be, but probably aren't the quickest Christmas presents.
Mm-mm.
So,
I did do socks last Christmas out of our Fair Isle yarn because it's worsted weight and thicker. So keep that in mind. But still, this is quicker. What we're doing today is quicker.
And
I was looking for this.
A few of these could be one skein. Oh, you're bundling up. Is it that cold out?
Maybe. Okay, so the first yarn that Liz picked is Noro Ginga. It is what is all in front of the camera there, and it's all the things I'm wearing.
Yay!
So Noro and ooh, this was Noro Ginga double-stranded crocheted for a basket with a little more integrity. It's a light, super bulky. And look at the cool things, like, okay, before Liz reads stats, this is color number 1. All these fun colors, but it's so hard to tell with Noro what you see in the skein and how it's going to knit up, because this is this color. You can see similar colors in it, but and the scarf is the same colorway. The scarf, this is number 1. The scarf is just over, if you make it without the pockets, it is it takes 2 skeins. With the pockets, it takes 3, but you really only needed a little bit of the 3rd skein. So with the leftovers, I made this hat, which should only take 1 skein. But because I used
the scarf,
a little bit of the scarf, I had to use some Encore Mega to finish off the hat. And because the hat has these ear flaps, I can only half hear what I'm saying right now. So color number 1. This is Cowled and Frosty Morning. In theory, you can do it with one skein. I've had people with this colorway, which is number 19. I've had people with this colorway make it successfully. I've had some people, whether it's the colorway or how they knit, they run out of yarn just before they're done and have to truncate it slightly. So modify it, but you can technically get a cowl out of one. And Liz has been patiently waiting to read stats. Go ahead, Liz.
Go ahead. Okay, so Noro Ginga, you get 100 meters for 100 grams.
It's about 110 yards.
Yep.
Light, super bulky.
It is 40% cotton, 30% silk, 15% wool, 15% polyamide. They're calling for a 10.5 to an 11.
The pattern for this, which also has a poncho associated with it, and the ones we have in the shop, which we may only have one left of, but we can give you the link to go buy it yourself. I don't think we have enough to include pattern with purchase, but we can tell you where to get the pattern. It calls for 10s and 11s. And this, as I'm looking at it, looks like it was seamed. So it's probably knit flat.
And
sorry, I'm throwing up.
No. Well, no, as with most Noro yarn, if you try and seam it with itself, it's such a loose plot. I mean, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous
to knit
and
with
it's fun to knit with, but yeah, you
crochet with. But if you're seaming, it can pull apart.
It can break.
So we'd recommend seaming with a different yarn.
Mm-hmm.
We are retailing it for $20.95 regular price.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, this took like 2 skeins. They're all really fun. And come right here so you can still see me. Like I said, this is color number 1, which looks like this. I just dropped something that has nothing to do with this. Then there's color number 3. And like this has really great bright blues and bright pinks in it with lots of other stuff. That's the cool part. This is color number 4, a little more Halloween-y in my opinion. We've got oranges and blacks and some purples and stuff. And this is number 5, not to be confused with number 3.
It's a little darker.
It's a little darker, yeah. We've got colorway number 7.
It's yellows and purples and greens.
Yes. And not to be confused with color number 8.
Which is pinks and greens and yellows and yeah.
Not to be confused with color number 11,
which is pinks and oranges and
there's more pink
blues.
in this one than there is in anyway. Yeah. You can't go wrong with any of those if you know someone who likes pinks and greens and yellows.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This is number 13. It's a nice neutral, but there are some greens and purples and other things in there. You won't know until you knit it up, but this is on the light side of neutrals. We only have 1 or 2 of these left. That not to be confused with number 14,
which is the darker end of that.
Yep, but also has some reds and blues and fun things in it. Not just it. Sometimes Noro will make a true neutral, like in the Bachi, my COVID cardigan was made out of it. But oftentimes there's some other colors thrown in there. This is number 17. Again, have some neutrals, but there's some pops of green and teal and yellow and all kinds of
even
yummy
a tangerine orange.
Right? It's just, that's awesome. And then the color that I'm wearing is 19, but you have, I'm like, we're not done though. Because I was like, there's a 20 in the 20s.
22 is it's a blues with browns.
This is like corals and pinks, but then there's some mint green in there. How crazy is that? What is yours again?
This one's, it's blues.
It's got those mint greens too.
Mint greens and dark blues and teal blues.
Fun.
And there's even pops of orange.
Again,
it's interesting.
Again, take a look. Colorway number 1 and all the colors. This is a separate pattern from the hat. It's that they're not sold together. But this has like a moss stitch in it. And look at all the yummy colors in here. And pockets, yay. You don't have to make it with pockets. You can make it
Everybody
short.
needs pockets.
Pockets are fun though, because hey, if you forget your gloves like I did this morning, driving into work, like I wouldn't wear the pockets driving, but if I was walking around town, I could wear them on my hands. By the way, when I got here, I was looking for my keys, and I found a pair of gloves in the pocket of my jacket. How's your day going? Okay, so that's the first yarn we are advertising on the VSC today, which means it will be 15% off once I get everything up online and put it in the category. Wait until you see it in the products of the week category. Then you know the discount will work. Before it's in the products of the week category, even if it's already online, like the next yarn we're going to show off, you won't get the 15% off until we put it in the category.
Push all the right buttons.
Yeah, and we have to delete and push and do things. So, and sometimes that takes most of the day. So if you wanted to take advantage of the lovely yarn the sweater is made out of, it is still 15% off until I can make the switch. So you have a few hours left. By the time we publish this, fewer hours. But anyway, what's our other yarn? That's a product of the week. Again, the code for the discount online is product of the week with spaces.
Our other yarn is a great one skein project.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
We have the interrupted.
Beginning knitters love this. Advanced knitters love this. It is a quick project.
It's the interrupted cowl.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically you cast on however many.
It's like 110 stitches on a 10 or 10.5 needle.
You knit
in the round.
You knit the thin, you purl the thick. That's how easy it is.
The pattern is no longer listed on Ravelry. We have copies of it here in the shop. If you purchase and you request the pattern, we will mail it to you, or we will give it to you outside the shop.
You could even make it shorter and make it, proper cowly and taller.
Yes, and or you could make it a little longer, and it will be a little thinner. But it's technically an infinity the way it is. But how my gauge worked, it's a little hard to double it. It's more of a single drape down, right? But you can modify it. You don't have to cast on that number of stitches. You can go fewer, you can go longer. It'll change how tall it is. Absolutely.
And the cool thing is it's the same pattern regardless of how many it's knit the thin, purl the thick.
And it's just so much fun. We've had people who the thick has stacked up in funny ways, and that's their gauge or the skein. We've had people who, like, same colorway will come out different because a lot of these are hand painted. Not all, but a lot of them are hand painted. And we have so many, we keep expanding the color palette because people love it so much. So, where do you want to start?
I'm going to read stats.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're going to ignore the phone.
So, Bamboo Bloom is 100 grams and 154 yards.
It's considered like a chunky, even though it's a real big thin thing.
It goes from thin to beefy thick. It is 48% rayon from bamboo, 44% wool, and 8% acrylic.
So the thin parts are bamboo, the shiny parts. The thicker parts are the wool, and it's just pretty.
Every time I wind it, I think it's like there's a video of the fish going through the fish traveler thing to go onto the next pond, and it looks like these little fish swimming upstream.
It's fun to wind, to feel in your fingers.
They're recommending at least a US 9. I say pattern, at least.
I would go with a bigger needle. Yeah, but
for crochet, they're recommending a K. I'd go with a bigger hook, but
you can crochet it. I've seen it crocheted, and it's cute. We don't have crochet things in the shop with it, but I've seen it crocheted up at like silver threads and golden needles, and it's super cute. So.
And we are selling it normal price for $12.95. So great Christmas present ideas. Last year we had
one in every color.
Buy like one of every color, and Liz, can you wind it? And Yeah.
It doesn't take as long to wind.
It doesn't.
Heads up that sometimes there are more knots in this than regular skeins of yarn because it's just hard to connect when you're starting new pieces of it. I just knit right through it. I leave them where they are and just keep going, and it's fine because it gets interspersed in the thin, thick yumminess. So
we have New Year. It's a pretty
it's like a corally orangey pink
with purple in it.
with pops of purple. And when you see the pictures online, just a heads up, when you see the pictures online, every skein is different. So it may not look exactly like the one online. If you come up to the shop, we will show you what we have and you get to pick one.
Fuji, which is a
Blues and grays.
Blues and grays, and it's been a big staple here.
That's
at the shop.
that's been very, very popular.
This one is Stephen. One of the
Stephen B.
Stephen B's.
Is it Be Fabulous?
I think it's Be Fabulous.
Okay. It should say, did we cover it up? Yeah, Be Fabulous. I can see the end of it there. It's like jewel tones with some light blues and stuff. It's really fun. This one, Stephen B designed 2 for them, by the way. Do we have the other one? Somewhere?
I thought I pulled it.
It's way down to there. We'll get to it. This is Bonsai. This is a new one to our shop. It has greens and blues that are like minty and light, and some grays. And some of the grays are kind of on the brown side. But so again, it's deceptive when you look on their website, Universal Yarn's website. Some of the grays are browner than others. It depends on the batch, you know.
This one is one of our new ones. It is Arctic Blues, and it is all blues.
And there's some nice, like, almost royal blues in that, which is fun. Which a lot of the other blues we have, they're like more tealy light blues, and that's got some dark blue in it. So this is another new one, I'm pretty sure. It's called Cherry Blossom. And look at that. We've got really nice kind of forest greens in it. Like not so minty. There's a little bit of mint green in there too. But then we've got pinks that are lighter and darker. Like there's one little gem of darker pink in there, and browns, and it's really pretty.
We have Sea Breeze. It's one of my favorites. Like I could just imagine a papillon done out of this.
That's like tealy greens and turquoises and blues, and that's just Some of them are more muted with the colors closer to each other, and some of them are just wildly variegated. This is the other Stephen B that Liz dug up. It's Stephen Bellius, Stephen B. Elias, I don't know, whatever. It's a lot like our Dark Side of the Moon that we have from Yarn Baby that we actually just ran out of. Black with neon, with all these neon rainbow colors. This is one of our most popular of the bamboo blue. All of these right now are while supplies last. We will reorder, but they may not come in by the time the sale is over. So grab them while you can.
This one is my absolute favorite. It's Dragon. It's creams and reds and pinks and grays, and there's like charcoal gray. There's some like browns. There's some vivid reds. Oh my.
Wow. I was checking because this is so close but different from Cherry Blossom. This is Pagoda. And Pagoda, like here, I'll show them next to each other. This has more corally colors in it instead of pinks. But it's also, yes, it is. And it's got, the greens are not as foresty, they're brighter, again, more minty. And we've got some browns and stuff in here. So this is kind of warmer on the whole than what we have in the other. I don't know. Well, the greens are cooler and the pinks are warmer. It's the only way I can explain it.
Then we have, it's purples and teals, and it's Inchi.
Enchi. And that's just, that's very pretty. This is all lots of purples and pinks and whites and grays. And it is Kabuki. Gotta love that. So this again is a little more on the muted side because it's all the colors are more similar to each other in a way.
This one just reminds me of birthday cake sprinkles type thing. It's Punji. It is.
It's like a whole rainbow of not pastels because they're brighter than that.
It's just slightly brighter, but there's purples.
Yeah, but not jewel tones, right? It's
so much. It's just
a soft
fun.
rainbow.
Yeah.
This is, if you want a neutral, this is our neutral. It's pinks and creams, basically. It's called Rice. And this is the most neutral you're going to get, but really soft pinks in it.
This one is Emperor. It's
I
like
like that. I want to say that's a fairly new one, too.
purple, and there's gold and some slatey blues and
some
silvers.
Some yellows that go with the gold.
Yeah.
And, ooh, that one.
It's just, it's
royalty. Royalty there.
Very rich.
Ooh. This one, we thought that the New Year, was it New Year? Was it this one?
That's New Year.
Yeah. I thought New Year could be a replacement for this. This has been really popular. This is Racy Reds. And New Year came in and it was much more orangey corally than we thought. And then we had people saying, I need the Racy Reds. So we brought it back. It's here. Nestle right there. It's got some maroons and pinks, but mostly red in it.
This one's another new one.
Oh my gosh, we still have so many left. You're not going to see our faces in a minute.
This one's Nagano.
No one can see that.
It's grays and yellows, but muted with some blues, and it's a muted.
It's muted, except some of the purplies can sometimes pop.
Yeah.
Blue purplies. Nagano. Red maple we've had for a really long time. And it's wonderful. It's very fall colors. It's got the gray that a lot of these have, but it's also got yellows and reds and oranges.
It's
and
very fall
red
tree maple.
It's yes. Really, really nice. So Leaning Tower stack of Pisa or whatever. But wait, there's more.
There's reflecting, which is kind of bright, and it looks like reflecting ponds.
It's like a creamsicle rainbow. It's just it's that like that soft rainbow we showed you before, but
it's blues and oranges and greens.
Yeah, what she said,
and maybe a hint of purple.
I think this is the one that our sample was made out of.
Yeah.
It is Sanchu. And it's grays and oranges and yellows, and then every once in a while there's just the littlest hint of green in it, and it's really pretty. And but none of them are going to look like the sample I made because they're all hand painted. So
this is Forest Light. It's like pinks and yellows and a minty blue. And
some of these have been discontinued, so we can't reorder them. And I want to say that's one of them. Like that's kind of new to the shop. And it's really, really pretty, especially if you like the yellows and greens. But I don't think that's not gonna.
Nope. We only have two more.
We lost one off the side. I'm gonna put this here. That one I don't think we can reorder. FYI. I can still see me.
You can still see me.
Okay. Purples. More purples. This one is Kabuki. I think we did Kabuki.
Did we do Kabuki?
Yep, I got Kabuki over here.
Okay, then we got one.
We don't have to do this one. Ha! It's those light purples.
Then we have Sango, and it is purples and a corally pink and dark grays and black
and light grays
and light grays.
It's just that stream of the bright corally, dark coral kind of in there is really pretty. So if someone likes purples but doesn't want like pastel-y purples. I can still see me, and I can still see you.
There's no more, but we did have
But we were like, ooh, we need to do a notion. So, so the notion so I'm gonna put up online is our Yarn Valet yarn bowls. This one's still in its packaging. I may have one here or at home, but we couldn't find it in time for filming. So, Liz has one in the front window that says "wash your hands" and things like that. That's part of our front window display. But here's the cool things about this. So our Yarnet is great if you want things enclosed. If you want to like put a cap on it and keep your yarn enclosed. If you just want a fairly durable, inexpensive plastic yarn bowl that if the cat knocks it off the table, you won't have shattered a fancy ceramic one. We have those too, by the way. But
or if you want to just like, I use mine as a traveling yarn bowl because you can chuck it in your bag and not worry about it dying.
So it has a rubber base so that it hopefully, on most non-porous surfaces, it will stick and not, run away from you. It has 2 places to feed your yarn through. The bottom one, you're locked in till you're done with your ball of yarn. The top one here does have a little slit so you can lock, take it under and take it back out again. We will caution that this piece right here is thin. So if you're really rough on this piece when you travel with it, this could break off. It's still super functional though. Still works. But if you want to cap it, you want to lock it in place, you can kind of move the yarn in and move it out again. Yes?
I like them because you can personalize them with Sharpies.
Yes, it's plastic. So when people got them, they drew flowers and other things on them and put their names in them when they bought them.
I think we had like 4 or 5 of us with them on the table, but we all had our name on them so that and designed different. And,
Made in the USA, all good stuff like that. Okay, what they say on the bottom, keeps yarn clean, no rollaway balls. That's actually just says that in a bunch of different languages. That's what it says on the bottom. But it's by the Prym people, who are the same people who made the Yarnet, and regular price is $14.75.
It's worth every bit, even regular price. So
yeah. So, but it's 15% off this week if you use the right code. So it's really funny, like not being able to see half the screen right now because of our mountain of yarn in front of us. But people are calling again, but we're not open yet. So I think we're going to leave it there though, because we need to open the shop in a few minutes and I'll have a lesson coming in about half an hour. But please, call the shop if you're interested in something, just like this person's trying to do. If they leave a message, we will call them back as soon as we can when we're done filming this. And look for product of the week on our online shop. Look for that to change to the products we're talking about today. To see, sorry, the message distracted me. Look to see if products of the week has changed to what we're talking about today to know if you can use those codes. Until we change it over, whatever is in products of the week, that code should work on those items. So,
which means you have a little bit longer to.
If you want to get something like this lovely sweater, yay! Reviewing the rest of the week, as we always try to do, is remember, if you like this, if you're entertained by our mountain of yarn, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with someone else who might get a kick out of watching us be silly. And tomorrow we will do Dear Becky and Lizzie. And I don't know if we have any letters this week.
We have any. I haven't gotten any emails.
If anyone wants to send us an email for a topic of discussion, send it to liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
Or if you want to send us snail mail for next week, send it to Liz or Dear Lizzie and Becky, or Becky and Lizzie.
It's that
Dear
kind of
Becky
day.
and Lizzie.
Dear Becky and Lizzie.
Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712.
Yay. And then Friday, we don't film on Friday, but we do have a sit and stitch if you want to join us in the evening on Zoom. And it's the shop phone number, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shop phone number, which is 828-877-3550. And I feel like I'm on one of those PBS like
Saturday
phonathons or something, but raising funds. But yeah, on Saturday we have our special event. We will not be here in town, but we will be coming to you from home. And there's 2 ways to join our sit and stitch on Saturday afternoon. Remember, we try to do these once a month. This Saturday, the 21st, from 1 to 5, we will be live on Facebook. I say we in that the Zoom meeting that will also be happening, you will be able to hear, but you'll only have me and my projects to look at. So if internet is easier for you to join Facebook Live, or you're not really into being on camera with us all over on Zoom, join us on Facebook from 1 to 5 this Saturday, November 21st. And or if you want to see some friendly faces and say hi and hang out, then join us on Zoom the same way you would for a knit night.
I'm on Zoom. Mm-hmm. You're on Facebook.
Yep. You get to hear her, but you get to see her if you go to Zoom. So fun will be had by all. And you still get to participate if you go on Facebook, though. You can write me messages, and I'll read them to everybody assembled, to say hi to people or ask questions. Or it's a little more of a me kind of talking a lot on Saturday, but we're still all hanging out.
So. There's also occasional surprises.
Sometimes there's discounts offered.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get rewards for attending. Only the Saturday ones though.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Who knows when that might happen. So just come for the whole time. Leave us on in the background. Anyway, and then the shop is going to be open different hours on Thanksgiving week. If you got the newsletter, you've already gotten those with maybe one typo. But we'll try to put that on social media. I've already thrown a ton of information at y'all right now, so I won't do any more of that today, but we'll start warming you up for that as events end and new events are on the horizon. We'll try to keep you up to date about that. So I'm no longer craning your neck because, you can see me, but I can't see the screen over. Anyway, have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Stay warm. Make warm and woolies for holiday presents. Bye.
Bye.